I can only mention, see, for example, when I read Godfather, that was in my intermediate time, almost my senior intermediate, which would be roughly somewhere in the 83, 84, something like that, But it took me nearly 2005 to make Sarkar, So when you're impressed with something, that doesn't mean you immediately consciously have an idea that I want to make a film. There's been an influence in your life. So after that, it is just, for me, Sarkar was never about the underworld. Godfather was never. It was about a family. Then at one point of time, it suddenly occurred to me there is a correlation between Balasaheb Thackeray and Godfather. So that idea probably came to me only in 2002, to have some kind of a parallel comparison. So likewise, when I saw Enter the Dragon, I wasn't even, I didn't have the vaguest idea I'll become a filmmaker someday. But me reading books on Bruce Lee, watching his documentaries and watching his various other things, I had an influence, general influence in terms of my lifestyle itself. That was what Bruce Lee did to me. So subconsciously I used to copy Bruce Lee's kind of thing, even in my debut film Shiva. Whether they were martial arts or not is not the point. Then maybe late, sometime after many years, it occurred to me that none of the Hong Kong martial art films or Korean martial art, they seem to have understood the Bruce Lee phenomena. How come for 40 years we're not able to forget Bruce Lee? And every martial artist who came after that, we forget them in 3-4 years and we move on. So I studied it like a research in terms of that. I'm not saying I'm not a martial artist myself, but I understand the theory of martial arts a lot. It's like because of that, and then by the time I slowly have formed an idea, maybe I can adapt something like this, and then like I just mentioned, to make a female martial artist, then the hunt for that to female martial artists. Then once I found Puja, then there was a process of converting our style from Taekwondo to Jeet Kune Do, So all this was a period of time, and this was working parallel. It's not like the day I thought of making a martial arts film, I didn't stop all other work. It was just working in the sidelines and off and on. Yeah.
Like Bruce Lee's Dragon series, will Ladiki have sequels?
Yes, I'm very, very keen, because for me, what it signifies, for me, Bruce Lee, like if you remember the plot of Enter the Dragon, he's being put into a certain adventure. Him being a martial artist who takes part in tournaments, he was given a job by someone in a certain sense as a mission, for want of a better word. So I'm very keen to continue Ladiki as a franchise in terms of the same character to be put in different situations each time. Yeah. I need some help. Yeah.
என்னோட கொஸ்டின் வேற ஒன்றும் இல்லை. இந்த மாதிரி லேடிஸ் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸில் வர்றப்போ அவங்க கோச் அவங்க தான், அது மாதிரி நம்ம நிறைய நியூஸ்லாம் படிச்சிருக்கிறோம், உண்மையாக நடந்திருக்குது. இந்த படத்தில் ஒரு ஃபோட்டோகிராஃபர் லவராக வர்றதுக்கு என்ன ரீசன்? அவர் ஏதாவது டார்ச்சர் பண்ணுறாங்க லவ் இல்லைன்னு சொன்ன பிறகு?
Okay, so he's asking generally a girl who is into martial arts or whatever the sport it might be, so she will be facing the issues through the coaches, or like we have seen it in the real life also. So he's asking, like in the movie the photographer is the hero, so he is the lover boy. So in case he is giving any kind of like pressure, or like he is saying after love any kind of distraction to the dream she is having. So that is what his question is all about.
Yeah, I think if I get it right, the main point is there is a very strange love story in the film, because Pooja is obsessed with Bruce Lee, because she's like a self-taught, like Ekalavya kind of a personality. In a certain situation, she watches his documentaries and teaches herself. And there's an obsession which forms in her. Now the guy who is in love with Pooja, initially he likes her for her skills and everything, but then later on he starts feeling jealous of Bruce Lee. Her obsession for this guy, though he's dead a long time back. And also he feels her obsession can put her in trouble in the future, and he wants her to get out. So that is a conflict point, which is like I said, it's a strange love story between a boy and a girl and a guy who died 40 years back. Yeah.
Pooja, when the movie is narrated to you, hi Pooja here, yeah. Ram Gopal Verma is very famous for doing glamorous scripts. So when the movie is narrated to you, and now you are seeing the total entire first copy, which is being balanced by the martial arts or the glamorous role, which is the more? What do you feel?
I think it's both because in my real life I can connect to it. Martial arts is very important part of my life, and I'm very romantic person in my personal life. So with every girl and every boy, there's something or the other. Everybody likes to fall in love with someone, and the action part was already there. So it was kind of new experience for me, and I was very aware that I've seen in Sir's other films, and I knew that I am going to look really really glamorous and super amazing in the film. So that happiness was there, and I was aware of what I want to do and how I will look in a certain clothes or in a certain scenario. So I think both the things are pretty much amazing in the film. I think you will enjoy it. Yeah.
பூஜா அதே மாதிரி
Just I want to add one thing. I think he, this is what I'm saying, when he said he's famous for making his heroines look glamorous, and I think his question also was, did he tell you something and did he show you as something else? I think that was the question.
No.
No, yeah, partly. But to just elaborate on that, I'm extremely, frank and truthful to my actors, Right in the beginning, I said, see, Pooja comes from a very, very conservative middle-class family from Pune. And I said, you see, the whole point for me when I watched Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon, as much as his face, the expression in the face, the incredible fitness of his body, and his body speaks a language for itself in terms of its stance, and you see each muscle rippling across the thing when he hits or when he just stands there. So it's very important, I think, for a martial artist, the body expresses as much as the face. And that needs to be shown with pride, with a kind of a poise and dignity, So, and to her credit, she did it with complete conviction, trusting me to capture that in the same way. Yeah.
Many people are very big fans of Enter the Dragon movie, and you have titled and given as a caption as Enter the Women's Dragon.
Girl Dragon.
A girl dragon. Is there anything particular?
Yeah, the reason because she's a girl. Obviously, because what will distinguish between Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon and this film is because Pooja being a girl, I thought I'm not comparing her to Bruce Lee because she's playing the role of a fan of Bruce Lee in the film as a kind of like I said, Ekalavi Shisha, something like that. So the girl is only because she's a girl.
சார் ராஜீவ் சார்
Yeah.
அதாவது கிளாமர் செக்ஸ் லவ் எல்லாமே ஒரு விதமான ஆர்ட் தான்
Where? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
ஆர்ட் தான் அதில் நீங்கள் எப்போதுமே கை தேர்ந்தவர். இந்த மார்ஷியல் ஆர்ட்டோட அந்த ஆர்ட்டை எப்படி கலந்தீங்க, எந்த அளவுக்கு அதை ரசிக்கிற மாதிரி பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க?
So he is asking like love, martial arts and sex, everything comes under the art section. So how you have mingled this martial art, love and sex in the film?
See, I honestly believe that the art of fighting and the beauty of sexuality is actually the two prime things of nature. The nature made and everything else is a restriction made by mankind. So when you see something on screen, anything, for example, a woman's beauty is one of the most beautiful things which we have in life. And then there is a power of a man, They both go hand in hand and don't look down upon any of each of them in any context. So I thought here I got an opportunity, like I might have done Rangila to show off a woman's body. I might have made Shiva or something like that to show a man's power. Whereas in Ladiki, I thought I got an incredible opportunity to showcase a combination of both of them together in one person.
So here, in what way Bruce Lee character connected in the movie, sir?
Bruce Lee's character is connected because, like I said, she is basically obsessed with Bruce Lee, and she learned herself by studying his films and studying his documentaries and listening to his interviews. And so she became a self-styled martial artist, not following any classical patterns of karate or kung fu or something like that, which is what Bruce Lee used to preach. And then the boy who falls in love with her, though initially is enamored with her specialty, he somewhere starts feeling stifled and very cornered with her obsession. And because that also puts her in trouble, because in modern day times, martial arts cannot solve problems. It becomes a spectacular art form to show off your skill rather than it having a practical application in real life. So that becomes a conflict point between them. So Bruce Lee becomes a thorn between two lovers. Yeah, that is the connection.
So your previous movie Dangerous faced a lot of issues. Still, what's happening in that movie?
Yeah, no, that is settled, and the reason I'm going to release that next month. The reason I kept it postponed is because Ladiki was releasing along with the Chinese version of Ladiki on July 15th. So I wanted to get this out first and come to that later.